Welcome back to PLD Disc Golf and the post-production coverage of the 9th Annual Plastic Addicts Illinois Amateur Championship, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. My name is Payton Drake, and this coverage is a volunteer production by members inside and outside the disc golf community. This is the final installation of the Illinois Am Champs. Final round, back 9, 27 holes at Northwood with Phil and Clint on the camera. Our leaders are still struggling to score. Other players in the field have already stepped into podium positions, and the card will have to make some serious magic happen to stay on top. The next 9 holes contain both the most difficult ones and also a few must-gets. And it was at this point I was able to spectate after finishing my round, so you might see me pop up in the catch cam. Hashtag celebrity appearance. But with that, we'll jump over to hole 19, which is Northwood Black, hole 10. 325-foot par 3, really wide open. Anything you can do to face the low ceiling shot and get yourself down to the green, just as Adam has for your bird. That'll be a very short circle 1 putt for Adam, and he will move under par, finally. Jonathan struggling on the front to score. A lot of these players have, but Jonathan specifically struggling on the green. He puts himself up on the edge of circle 1 for this hole. Hopefully he's able to convert and start getting some birds. Nick Robertson electing for that low backhand play 2. Ooh. Gets skip off the pine straw up by the basket, ends up probably 25 feet behind. The wind has started swirling a little bit here on this back 9. It's not really strong, it's just changing direction. So these guys are playing into a slight headwind on this hole, and Mac nicks one of the trees in the fairway, kind of sits down, just takes his forehand approach and puts it right into the rocks front of the basket. Should be an easy putt for his par. All right, come on, Jonathan, you got this. Hangs it up and gives it a chance, just hits the right side of the basket. Right side of the cage. Wow, left side of the cage. I need to get my directions right. Oh, there we go. Excellent putt and a good catch from Nick. Don't trip. You've done so good up to this point. I don't want anybody falling and getting hurt. Great bird. Mac for his par putt. Good cleanup. And then Adam coming in and putting in a really nice tee shot. It's a perfect result for most players. Ooh. Headwind lifted it up a little bit there, scared him a bit. Alright, tap out for John. It's a par. Moving on to hole 20. We step into the woods again, 241-foot par 3. Do a forehand flex from Adam. Wow. Puts that one, I think, chain high. Good tree, acts as a backstop on that one. He'll have a look for a bird. Got a righty forehand from Adam. Really, you just want to put it straight down the middle where both of these guys have gone and try to find a way to get your disc to sit on the very fast green. Just a bunch of pine straw on the green. So hitting up on the crest of that hill lets you flare off to the right, just as Nick has done. I think Jonathan electing for the forehand 2. Puts this one a little bit lower, matches the grade of the hill, and gets a lot of ground play on the pine straw. Hanging this one through the left gap, gets a little bit of foliage catch up and sets himself at the edge of circle for his putt. Oh, Jonathan got a lot of ground play and pushed into this rough. It'll be good if he can get up to the basket for his par. It's tough to get the disc chain high on this kind of putt. Ooh, but he does. I think that had a chance. A little right. Mac for his bird. Just low. Nick for his bird. Great putt. High and committed. I really like the release on that one. You could see he had his hand fully extended to the basket. That one was not going low, that's for sure. All right, good putt from Adam. 2 birdies, 2 pars. Assuming Jonathan converts here. Which he does. All right, this hole coming in is the second easiest hole at 0.35 strokes below par. We've moved on to hole 21, the infamous Northwood Black hole 12. We're playing the shorts, so these guys just wanting to play across the creek and into the clearing on the far side. Adam hangs a forehand out just a little left, but he should be able to have just a pitch up to the top of the hill, which is where you're wanting to be after your second shot. So not a bad result. Nick, really hyzered. Goes even further left. A little bit of a scramble to get to the second shot landing zone on top of the hill, but he should be able to recover from there. This is a good shot from Jonathan, just right there in the middle. Just a super easy up shot to the top of the hill. This lefty backhand can fit the shot shape pretty well too. Really just anything to get you landing right there in the clearing. Ooh, he pumps that. That's traveling. Oh. Maybe he was trying to get on that hillside. You're not gaining very much by landing on the hillside, but if you do get to the crest of the hill for your tee shot, you can have a look for the eagle, and Jonathan executes it's a really good upshot. You've got to be where he is to have a straight look through the tunnel on top of the hill to get to the basket. Nick, good kind of shot, just punching it into the top of the hill, skipping up to the top. As soon as you crested the hill, it's about a 300-foot shot dead straight to the basket. All of these guys are just looking to land in the same place, and 3 of the 4 have. Got a little forehand chip shot from Mac here. Hoping he puts it in a good spot. I think that's a good location. Pipe dream from Nick. Oh my gosh. A drop-in birdie on this hole. That is fantastic. That was so beautiful. Go back and watch that again, guys. That was a beautiful looking shot. Mac trying to do the same thing, gets a little bit of turn out of it though and hits early left. He's about halfway down. He'll have a scramble shot from there. Adam, forehand flex down the gap. Great shot. He's on the dance floor looking to get a bird himself. Jonathan dancing between the forehand and backhand, settles for the backhand. Trying to follow Nick. A little early out of the hand, but not a bad result at all. I think he'll be edge of circle for his birdie. Mac with a late tree kick on his forehand approach. Should have a decent look for his par there. There you go. Jonathan just putting it up in the air and giving a little bit more trust to the disc, let it fall down into the basket, which it did. It was a great birdie there. Great putt from Adam. Adam at -3, finally moving down under par on the day. That's a turkey from him. Mac still doing the fake out. A little right, but it sticks in. That's a good par from Mac. Excellent drop-in birdie from Nick. And we will move on to hole 22, which is Northwood Black 15. We've skipped holes 13 and 14. Kind of takes us out of our way, doesn't get anywhere. This hole 15 carries us back to the core of the course, which... that was a great drive from Adam. It just needed to sit down, but he ends up pushing well down the fairway, goes out OB on the left-hand side. Looks like these guys, the righties, are probably going to do a forehand to the safe side just to stay away from that OB. As we're closing out on this round, some of these guys are trying to play a little bit more safe. Just to keep their standings, and Nick gets a tree kick and goes OB early. I think par's out of question now. Jonathan with a good shot out the gap. A little tree direction. Puts him right next to the base of a tree. Might have some weird footing there for a second shot, but... yeah, we've stepped kind of towards that cornfield I mentioned in round 1. The wind was still kind of moving a little bit today. So it's made its way through to this hole 22, or sorry, black hole 15. And Mac puts it high, fades out a little early, and it settles right in front of the rough on the right-hand side. Nick really needing something here. He was getting some significant distance on that if it didn't hit that tree. He'll sit down right in the middle of the fairway for his now 4th shot. Just a pitch up and out from Mac. And I do not know if that went OB or not. We'll have to see when he putts out. Jonathan, excellent forehand. He pushes up to circle 1. All right, that's a birdie look. Mac doing a kind of a patent pending look. I think he just carries this wide stance for his standstill lefty backhands. Really tries to get those hips involved. Careful not to over-rotate and pull something. He executes. And that's a great shot, yeah. Nick. No. getting destroyed by the OB on this. Trees have done him a significant disservice. Both of those OB strokes are just due to tree kicks. First off the tee and then here for his third actual shot. Adam, with another straddle forehand, he gets himself up there to about circle's edge, I think. And Nick having to try to put something chain high from really far downtown. He's like 100 feet out, uphill, just bases it. We'll have to see what he gets on this hole. He's made progress to get under par. To have to push yourself back to par or over, that's rough. Mac with a look. Oh, puts that over the basket. He's got a little bit of a comebacker. All right, Adam for his par. Oh, hangs it right. Jonathan with the lone look at birdie. On line, just that nose down. He didn't trust that one in the air. Yeah, just a little tip for you guys watching. If you're relatively new to disc golf and you're playing these rounds and you feel like something just is off and then you're trying to find your way back, as soon as you do something right, always draw parallels to previous holes. What did you do right on the last hole that you want to carry to this hole? Try to do the same thing. That's my tip for the day. Hopefully it's of value to someone out there. But this guy's cleaning up their strokes here. And that was a triple for Nick, putting him back over par. Adam, the only one sticking around, going under par. We move on to hole 23. This is Northwood Black 16. Just trying to pump something downhill, get it up across the creek. Jonathan does just that. He's going to be just next to the creek with a weird look for a birdie, but a birdie nonetheless. Adam hanging a forehand flex. That's a common place to be. You end up pulling something just a little bit right. It carries all the way down the clearing, but then gets into that brush on the right-hand side just short of the basket. He'll have a simple pitch up, I think, for his par. Mac with a look here. I think this is the perfect shot shape. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's see that again. We got Clint's look here. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Excellent throw, Mac. That is a very nice birdie to have. And actually, while Nick here is teeing off, I will mention the last hole, which was Black 15, played the hardest hole of the day, averaging 5.1, which is 1.1 strokes over par. There were only 2 birdies on the day, and I'll give Christopher Evans and Patrick Pierce a shout out. Those are great birdies, guys. Not sure why that hole was playing so difficult today. I know the wind was bad in earlier rounds. I would imagine an improvement would have been made here for this third round, but still playing difficult. I can't challenge the data. It is what it is, but these guys will move on, try to finish their rounds with a few scoring birdies as Adam gives that one a chance. Just barely misses low and right. He'll have an easy tap in for his par. I got Mountain Goat Jonathan here, trying to find some footing on the hillside. Asking his card mates if that's good. Always check with your card mates, guys. If you're in a weird position and you think someone might have questions, just ask someone to take a look at where you're at. He pitches that one up for his par. Got Nick here after his scramble shot from over the creek. Trying to put it in for his par. And he does. A little high, but that's nice and center, and that settles down in the bin. Great putt. Some recognition from Jonathan there. Good cleanup. Mac with the excellent tee shot. I'm going to watch that a few more times after I'm done with commentary here. Great two. Let's see here on hole 23. Had a handful of, I think we had 11 birdies. I won't go through all the names, but if you got that bird, well done. That's a good one to get. Hole 24, Northwood Black 17, a 328-foot par 3, playing over a casual creek. This one is just try to find your way down the fairway through either this right gap that Mac was trying or the left gap. And it looks like both these guys are going to try to go down the right gap. Mac with his backhand hits early, goes right. Jonathan, forehand flex. He pures it. And he is on the green. Backside, circle one. Great throw. Ooh, that's looking pretty too. That's got a chance though of skipping OB. And that grass protects him. He sits right next to that tree, which is close to circle's edge. He'll have to do kind of a straddle out putt for his birdie there. Backhand turnover. Just doesn't quite get the turn, I don't think. Good tree kick, yeah. Not flippy enough, he says. Oh, another pitch out here from Mac. He's done this a couple times today. Unfortunate. Yeah, just pitching perpendicular to the basket, not getting any forward progress. But setting himself up for a decent upshot. Shifting into a standstill. Forehand, okay. Changing the gameplay. Hanging that out. Beautiful. Played that very well. Just a little chip from Nick, not wanting anything to do with the incoming OB on the backside of the green here. And shifting over to Adam with that straddle. Let's see if he can put it in for his birdie. Oh. Perfect velocity, perfect height, just a little right. Glides over the top of the basket. The cage, I'll clarify. That is a good putt for Max Bogey. And let's see if Jonathan can clean up a birdie on this hole. Just left and glancing off the top of the cage. Par cleanup from the rest of these guys. unfortunate for Jonathan and Adam to be close on this hole. If you've crossed the creek and have a look at the bird, you really want to get it. As we move to hole 25, which is now blue 16, we're going to finish out on the last 3 holes of the blue layout. This opens up here on this hole. I guess get all the frustration out that you want. Jonathan just piped something up straight down the left side of the fairway. Very good. He's got a very short upshot for his birdie. Adam here dancing back and forth, trying to figure out what disc he wants to throw. He'll settle for the other green one. Forehand shot here. Oh, gets that turned over too much. Settles in the rough on the right-hand side. And coming in at a 492-foot par 4, I mean, some people with elite level distance could theoretically get, down the hill to the left side of the basket but still pin high and have a decent look for an eagle. We'll see if Nick with his power backhand is able to get something down there. He punches that hard. It's got a good line. That's holding over. Oh, just too low. Yeah, it just punches into the hillside there. But that's still a great result. He'll be able to see the basket from there. One mistake to make that wouldn't be very good is to land short of the hillside, short and right, and then you've got a blind approach. The sloping hillside makes it hard to put something close, but that's a good result from him. Mac, nice pop on that. He's challenging getting down there, and that is great. I think he's only going to be like 120 feet from the basket from there. That is excellent. Adam having to challenge all the roughage and foliage behind him. He doesn't quite give that enough pop, I don't think, or enough air to travel to the basket. It'd be just a little bit short. Nick with an overstable forehand approach puts it close. Jonathan puts it a little long, a little high. That might be a scary comebacker because you're now looking over the hill and can easily have a circle 2 comebacker if you miss that putt. Mac puts it up close. Let's see if these guys can clean up here on the green. The bugs have started coming out. It's the beginning of the season. Oh, Adam. He's pulled a handful of those putts just out to the right. I don't know if it was he wants a flat putt on that release and it just comes out with Annie, or if he wants a more straight line to the basket. Gonna have to find that correction here for the last couple holes. No. Oh. Unfortunate roll away for Jonathan. He's got to put this one in. Get some confidence here at the last few holes. On the pole and low. Good cleanup for birdie from Mac. And I have to bounce back to Jonathan's result. That's one of the biggest frustrations, to have a look for birdie and then just through circumstances which you may or may not have much control over, it just turns into a bogey. This open hole, you're really wanting a birdie, if not a par. And to have that birdie look and to be granted a bogey is just demeaning. I feel for him. And as we move into hole 26, the second to last hole, this is the hole 17 of the Blues layout, which I think all of these last 3 blue holes have been a part of the gold layout. in years prior. So these guys are just trying to pipe a really tight tunnel up to, it's probably up like 20 feet, 15 to 20 feet. It's really hard to fit the right shot through here, get all the way up to the pin. Oh no, that's challenging the OB road on the right. It's hard to usually get there because the foliage tends to protect it and you get caught up in the rough on the right hand side, but he clears that and he's maybe got an opening. Adam just punching a forehand into the hillside there. Little kick. I imagine, yeah, that's in the creek bed. This creek bed is 6 feet deep, so you're like standing eye level to the flat. And, I mean, Jonathan, I'm going to say, gets lucky with just a forehand roller just to try to punch out and into the opening, which he does. Adam, forehand chip shot. Okay, and that was Mac's shot from the road. He had a backhand, I think, from there. Oh. Nick caught up by the one tree on the green. All right, these guys just pitching up to the basket to try to get off this hole. I mean, this hole was playing one of the harder holes on the day. Hole 26, the fourth hardest hole, coming at 3.65. It's just incredibly hard to get a disc down the fairway and into the clearing to the point where you actually have like a decent jump putt look at the basket. We've got pars and bogeys coming from these guys, and honestly, given the average 0.65 over par, I mean, this card is averaging what was seen in the field. So while they're cleaning up here, I will give a shout out to Austin Bates, Chris Relaford, and Peyton Stamen for the birdies on this hole. Only 3 of them. Those are good birdies to get. As these guys clean up here, coming to the end of the line, the end of the event. You guys have been a great audience. I want to thank you guys for coming in here as we see these guys congratulate each other on playing 2 miles of disc golf. 11,000 feet of disc golf to be played on this course, plus all of the commute in between. These guys have traveled, and I mean, this is camaraderie here coming in on the last hole. Hole 27, Northwood Blue 18. The signature hole in my mind of the Blues course. Everyone loves to play this as Mac pulls something over, overturns it, and goes into the rough on the left. This is one of my favorite holes here on the Blues course. I know I said that for, I think, hole 11 as well, but those are my 2 favorite. Par 4s, gives you a chance to just kind of rip something out there. Adam hammering on a forehand with an overstable disc. Can it fade out before the trees? And it does. He's got a straight look at the pin from there. And I will mention, at this point, people are checking scores. Adam, -2, will put him at -8 for the event. He has just been overpassed by Austin Bates for first. Austin putting out for a -11 on the day, and Nick with a great power shot. Austin Bates, -11. He comes into the house at -10. If Adam can score an eagle here, he can challenge or he can push to a playoff for first place, and he's in a good position to give it a run. So we'll see what he does. I think Nick Robertson here is in contention for third place. Jonathan Borzik still pretty high on the leaderboard, even though he's +7. He had a good lead coming into this round. And Mac just has to pitch out from there. That's rough. This dead tree needs to be cleared. That's my one opinion on the scores right now. We got to clear out the dead brush and give the players a chance to just play the course. Mac trying to get up and down for his par. Oh, just not stable enough. That disc turns over. He'll be close to pin high, but just really far left. He'll have about 100 feet up to the basket. Jonathan, forehand approach. He's about 300 feet out, I imagine. He pushed really far. He pushed to the back edge of that fairway, which is quite a pump. Great up shot from him. Let's see if he can convert for a bird. Nick. One of our top players here. He wants to finish with a birdie, I'm sure. He puts that up there. That's right. Circle's edge. Well, I think Adam's going to give this one a run. Took the hat off. He's serious. He puts it up. Oh! Okay, that's over the basket. Actually, I wish I had kept the player cam perspective because I think that went right over the basket. That was a really great line from him. But sadly, he will lose the potential first place to Austin Bates. Oh my goodness.
What a run.
And you hear me say, what a run. No way. That had no momentum, and that's just going to keep rolling. Comebacker for Nick's par. Unfortunate rollaway. Once again. Birdie look turned to bogey. You don't want to finish out on this with that, but Adam laying up, not really laying up, I'm sure he's trying to give that a bid, gets caught up, can try to put that in for his par. -2 on the day, the best of the card. Great birdie from Jonathan. I mean, coming in +6, finishing on a bird, that'll usually brighten most people's day. It's still tough though. As these guys clean up, we're going to take a look at the final scores as well. Final results, bogey from Mac to clean up. You guys have been awesome once again. Thank you for sticking around with me. If you've watched this all the way through, comment below, give some support, like, share, subscribe. Phil's happy to be done. He's going to zoom in and zoom out in celebration. He is a trooper. He traveled many miles this weekend, and we have the final round scores for our lead card. Adam being the only one to come in at -par, or under par. Final leaderboard, Austin Bates, -10 for the round, killer 11 under for the final round. Adam will secure the second place finish, and Nick Robertson and John Borzik will tie for third. This was a fun event to cover, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best. We'll see you sometime in the future.